Hi, we are from Group 2, right? We are going to explain our project report regarding portable evaporative air cooler. Our team member consists of Afifa, Ziana, Ainabila and me, Uzma. Moving on to Chapter 1, Product Survey and Business Model. Let me introduce you to our selected chemical device, which is Evaporative Air Cooler. Evaporative Air Cooler is a device that cools air through the evaporation of water. Evaporative cooling differs from other air conditioning systems, which use vapor compression or absorption refrigeration cycle. Evaporative cooling uses the fact that water will absorb a relatively large amount of heat in order to evaporate. Evaporative cooler lowers the temperature of air using the principle of evaporative cooling. Evaporative cooling is the conversion of liquid water into vapor using the thermal energy in the air, resulting in a lower air temperature. Malaysia market demand towards evaporative air cooler. Malaysia air cooler market was valued RM205 million in 2020 and is projected to grow at a CAGR of 4.7% in the next 5 years. Anticipated growth in the market is attributed to expanding population, growing disposable income, and increasingly affordable product offerings. Also, due to the increasing product offerings at the e-commerce platforms and easy financing scheme are boosting the use of air cooler among lower middle class and middle class income families in Malaysia. The Malaysia Air Cooler Report is split based on product type and use sector, region and company. In terms of product type, Malaysia Air Cooler market can be segmented into desert, windows, tower and personal. In 2020, personal type air cooler category held the largest share of 81.05% in Malaysia air cooler market, and this trend is expected to continue in the coming years. Because personal air cooler have lower running costs and better energy efficiency, contributing to the leading share of the segment in the market. Market survey on customer need and environmental and safety needs. What customer want in air cooler? The ability to cool down the room temperature, the ability to improve the quality of air, a low cost and affordable device that consumes less electricity energy, and also air cooler that can be transported from one place to another place. What environmental and safety needs in air cooler? It can be operated through the principle of evaporation. Air cooler does not use any harmful cooling agents such as CFC, HCFC, and other hydrofluorocarbon used in aircon to cool the surrounding. And also, it reduces about 10% of the number of greenhouse gases released by air conditioning. This is our innovation map. Innovation map is one of the useful methods in producing technology push products that helps connect the new technology to market needs. For our product, which is an evaporative air cooler, it applies the concept of evaporative air cooling. Is Chapter 2, which is product design. What we want our product to perform, we want to produce an evaporative air cooler that increases the humidity of air using 5090 Celsius spec, and it is expected to reduce the temperature from 30 degrees Celsius to 26 degrees Celsius of 290 meter cube room in 10 minutes. It is also expected that the thickness of the cooling pad is 150 mm with maximum saturation efficiency is 90.27%.
There are two key ingredients of this product. Firstly, we will use cool water instead of tap water to reduce the temperature and increase the humidity. Second, we will use thick honeycomb pads because they are more efficient than aspen wood cooling pads, and it also requires significantly less maintenance and was more durable than wood. Thick cooling pads are also efficiently retain water, which allow for maximum evaporative cooling. For the configuration, the briefcase-shaped single outlet air conditioning system is shown in the figure above. This system is composed of two major subsystems, which are the heat exchanger system and the TEC system. The created system's primary components are a heat exchanger, a fan, an electrical pump, a water storage tank, a TEC system, plexiglass, acrylic sheets, liquids, and insulating foams for connecting tubes. This is another possible product configuration that can be used in order to design the portable air cooler.
Moving on to the physical-chemical phenomena for thermodynamic of evaporative cooling. In this process, when a large amount of water is constantly circulated through a spray chamber, the air-water vapor mixture is passed through the spray chamber, and then some of the circulating water will be evaporated, and then the air may live in saturated state or at a certain humidity ratio. In this process, increase of specific humidity is equal to the quantity of water evaporated per unit mass of dry air.
Hello, my name is Nafa Betrosli. So I would like to talk about the mathematical model development. So in the mathematical model development, there are two equations that will be used. First is evaporative effectiveness. So evaporative effectiveness, after the integration and simplify and also the derivation from the picture as shown in this slide, so the channel come up with the equation, which is 1 minus ESP negative WL over delta S MA over delta T 1 over H1 plus X to 3 over K to 3 plus 1 over H2. We proceed with the step in the calculation. First is we calculate the mass flow rate of air. We assume that the volume of the room is 1314 meter cube per hour. Then we divide it with the density of the air and we change it to the per second. Then we get 0.447 kilogram per second. And then the second is the velocity of the air, which is we can calculate it by the volume of the air, multiply with the area of the window, and then we change it to the second, and we get 0.00035 meter per second. After that, we calculate the specific heat capacity of the humid air, which is in the calculation 1.006 is the specific heat capacity of the dry air plus 1.996 is the specific capacity of the water vapor. Then CPU is equal to delta H over delta T, which is in result in 3.002. So moving on to the last part of the first equation, which is we can calculate the H1 also H2. H1 and H2 is the based on the flow rate of the air that come in contact with the cooling pad. So H1 and H2 will have a different value since it has a different temperature. We calculate the specific convective heat transfer coefficient by using the Reynolds number, Nusselt number, and also the Barrett number. After we calculate all the parameters needed, so we can substitute all the values in the calculation of the evaporative cooling effectiveness, which is we come up with the 0.01595%. The second equation that will be used in this mathematical model is the effectiveness of the cooling pad. So this equation is quite simple because it depending on the temperature inlet and outlet of the air, and also the wet bulb of the temperature. So in this case, the wet bulb inlet temperature of air is the 25, with assuming the relative humidity is 55%. So we calculate it, then we get 80% of the effectiveness of the cooling pad.
I am Norzana, and now I will explain on the product design configuration part. The modeling for the design of air cooler was done by using AutoCAD software. As we can see here, this is the 3D drawing for air cooler. The left side figure shows the front view, and next to it is the back view of air cooler. The main part of this product mainly consists of an air cooler body, panel windows, water tank, and cooling pad. So next is the orthographic drawing of the air cooler. From the left is the orthographic drawing of top, side, and front view, along with the dimension for the component. Next is a sectional drawing of the air cooler. This part is divided into two. In the left side of the slide shows the cross-section of front view and also the detailed structure of honeycomb pad. And next is the cross-section of side view, and from it I section it further to see the cross-section of the tank. For the design selection, polypropylene I use as the material for air cooler body, windows, and water tank as it has low conduction coefficient, which is good to insulate the air cooler. Next, polypropylene also regarded as the best choice of material as it is lightweight and cheap. For cooling pad, honeycomb pad is selected since honeycomb padding is made of cellulose material and resembles a real honeycomb in structure. This structure results in higher water retention and more surface area for evaporation, which are very effective in cooling. Furthermore, honeycomb pads are also durable and can last at least 2 to 3 years. Therefore, this material is the best choice to be selected.
Hello, my name is Nafifa, so I'm coming back for the economic analysis. So this is the table for the total price of per unit of air cooler, which consists of a cooler fan, water pump, honeycomb air cooler pack, PCB, which is plated circuit board, caster weight, and the main ingredient, which is the propylene. After we calculate the requirement of each weight specification and also the price market, we come up that the price of the air cooler is 206 ringgit.22. Internet Rate of Return, or IRR, is a financial analysis tool used to determine the profitability of possible investment and deals, as well as to analyze capital efficient projects and to evaluate projected yearly rates of return over time. In a discounted cash flow analysis, the Internal Rate of Return is a discount rate that reduces the net present value, which is NPV, of all cash flow to zero. So this is the table of calculation of IRR based on the Microsoft Excel software. So the selling price that we set up is 300 ringgit per unit by having 3,000 units sold per year. After we put it the fees and also investment cost of the development of this air cooler, we come out that the IRR value is 82%, which is much higher compared to the bank interest, which is 8%. So this is conclude that this project is valuable to proceed on. Now we're moving on to the last part, which is a payback period. Payback period is a term that refers to the time required to repay the cost of an investment. As indicated in the table previous slide, the investment made period to the product's market introduction is roughly 75,000. By applying the cumulative cash flow method, all the value accurate from the PCF are put together, and a graph illustration the link between cumulative cash flow and years is generated. As illustrated in this figure, the cash flow becomes positive after approximately 1 year or nearly 0.8 years. This shows that the payback period is short and generally acceptable for the continuing the project. The benefits of evaluating the payback period is a small business in initiation projects that do not require a substantial capital expenditure.
There are three pillars of sustainability factors that have been considered in our portable evaporative air cooler, which are environmental, social, and economic sustainability. For environmental sustainability, the process is that occur in our device is natural because it does not use any artificial coolant, and then it also does not produce any chlorofluorohydrocarbons and hydrofluorocarbons, and it will make the energy used is low and the waste generated is almost none. For social sustainability, the portable versions are the great additions and it can be run anywhere to offer the moisture needed in the staff air because we design with wheels to make the movement easier. The wheels can be rotated 360 degrees to make the movement smoother. For the economic sustainability, we make an optimum size for this air cooler and then it will make the less use of raw materials, hence it is affordable for everyone to have it. The related Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs) for this device is the first one is good health and well-being, and the second one is affordable and clean energy. How portable evaporative air cooler will be able to sustain in the market? These portable evaporative air coolers will be a preferred option for humans due to the several advantages that they offer. Like the first one is that they are relatively cheap and consume a little amount of energy, making them cost-effective appliance. The second one is it is convenient for someone who live in an apartment or a neighborhood that has restriction about window air coolers or window air conditioners. The third one is it is easy to move. That's all from our group. Thank you for watching and listening.